This happened last October. October 28, 2023, to be exact. I'm 42, work in IT, and I live in what used to be a quiet neighborhood in Illinois. I just installed a smart security camera on my front porch 2 weeks before this happened. Nothing fancy, just one of those motion detection ones that send alerts to your phone. That night, my wife and I were watching TV around 9:45. Then my phone buzzed, motion detected at front porch. I figured it was probably a cat. I opened the app. Nothing, just our empty porch and the motion light glowing bright. 10 minutes later, another buzz. I opened the app again. The porch was empty, but at the very edge of the camera's view, right where the light faded into darkness, there was a shape. Dark. Still. I stared at it for maybe 30 seconds. It didn't move. Probably a shadow. I looked out the window, nothing. When I checked the app again, the shape was gone. That night, I couldn't sleep. At 2:17 a.m., my phone buzzed again. The motion light was on. And there, at the exact edge where the light met the darkness, stood a figure. Human-shaped. Tall. Completely still. It wasn't in the light. It was just outside it. Like it knew exactly where the boundary was. I sat up in bed, staring at my screen. The figure didn't move. Not even slightly. I watched for 5 minutes. Nothing. My hands were shaking. I called the police non-emergency line. The dispatcher sounded bored, said if they're not on my property, nothing she can do. I watched until 3:45 a.m. The figure never moved. Then the light turned off. 5 seconds later, it came back on. The figure had moved closer. Every time the light cycled, it moved again. Inches at a time. Always closer. By 6 a.m., when the sun rose, the figure was gone. Outside, no footprints. Nothing. But from that spot, you could see right through our living room window. Through the hallway. Into our bedroom. They'd been watching us sleep. The police checked the footage. Creepy, but no crime. That night I added 2 more cameras and kept a bat by the bed. 9:47 p.m., exactly the same time as before, motion detected. The figure was back. Same position. But the side camera caught something new. It wasn't alone. 3 others stood around the yard, each just outside the light, perfectly still. I called 911. 2 patrol cars arrived within 8 minutes. By the time they got there, all 4 figures had vanished. No footprints, no disturbance. Every night for the next 3 nights, they came back. Always 9:47 p.m. Always more of them. By October 31st, Halloween night, there were 12. At 9:47 p.m., my phone buzzed again. 12 figures. A perfect circle around my house, just beyond the light. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. Silence, then breathing. Multiple people breathing in sync. What do you want? I shouted. The breathing stopped. A dozen voices whispered together, "We've been waiting for you to see us." The call ended. I ran to every window. They were at every side of the house. Standing. Watching. Then, all at once, they stepped forward into the light. Their faces looked wrong. Human, but not right, too smooth, eyes too wide, mouths frozen in not quite smiles. They stood there for exactly 1 minute. Then turned and walked away in perfect sync. We moved out a week later. But before we left, I checked the first night's footage. Zoomed in. Saw its face. It was my face. All of them. Every figure. Every night. My face. At our new house, I still get notifications, motion detected. I don't check anymore. Because I'm afraid I'll see myself standing there again. Waiting. Watching. Just outside the light. This happened to me in Utah last October. I'm 28, and I need to tell someone before I forget who I am completely. I was visiting a friend in Salt Lake City for Halloween weekend. We stopped at a small antique shop in a town called Woodland. That's where I found it. The mask was hanging on the back wall, half hidden behind dusty shelves. Wooden, hand-carved. The face was calm, eyes closed, faint smile. Beautiful craftsmanship. There was no price tag. I took it to the owner, an old woman, maybe 90. When she saw the mask, her expression changed, just for a second. How much for this? Where did you find that? Back wall. There's no price. She stared at it too long. $20. 20. It's handmade. $20, she repeated. I bought it. As we left, I swear I heard her mutter, "Don't wear it after dark." When I turned back, she was reading again, like she hadn't spoken. That night at our campsite, my friend wanted photos. Put on the mask, he said. It was still light out, around 8:30 p.m. I put it on. It fit perfectly, too perfectly. Then I heard it. Whispering. Very faint, like someone speaking just below hearing. Do you hear that? I asked. Hear what? The whispering continued. Not words, just soft, endless murmuring. I took the mask off. The whispering stopped. We had dinner. Normal camping stuff. I forgot about it, until later. Around 11 p.m., I went to my tent. The mask was sitting on my sleeping bag. I'd left it in the car. Hey, did you put the mask in my tent? My friend looked over. What? No. I've been here the whole time. I laughed nervously. Must have brought it in myself. At 2 a.m., I woke up. The whispering was back. But I wasn't wearing the mask. It was sitting at the foot of my sleeping bag. The sound was coming from it. Dozens of voices, whispering together. I turned on my flashlight. The eyes were open. When I bought it, the eyes were carved shut. Now they were wide open, staring at me. I screamed. My friend unzipped my tent. What the hell? The mask. The eyes are open. He picked it up. They've always been open. No, they weren't. You're tired, man. But I knew what I'd seen. The whispering lasted till morning. My friend couldn't hear it, only me. By sunrise I looked awful. On the drive back, the whispering got louder. It's louder now, I said. Hear what? The whispering. From the mask. Dude, the mask is in the trunk. That's when I realized, it wasn't coming from the mask anymore. It was inside my head. We went straight to the antique shop. I needed to return it. The shop was closed. Permanently. For lease sign in the window. Through dusty glass, the place was empty, like no one had been there in years. That's impossible, I said. We were here yesterday. My friend checked his phone. There's no record of any antique shop at this address. I threw the mask away. Smashed it first, then dumped the pieces. The whispering didn't stop. Doctors found nothing wrong. But it never stopped. After a week, I started making out words. Not English, not anything I knew. But I understood them somehow. They told me things, about myself, my past, things I'd forgotten. Then real memories started fading. My mother's birthday. My address. My phone password. The whispers were replacing my memories with theirs. 2 weeks in, I was forgetting names, faces, entire days. My friend said I talked differently, moved differently. Sometimes he caught me speaking languages I didn't know. But I don't remember doing that. The whispers were louder now, so loud I could barely think my own thoughts. Yesterday, I looked in the mirror. For just a second, my face looked wrong. Smooth. Eyes too wide. Mouth frozen in a half-smile. I looked like the mask. I went back to where I threw it away. The dumpster was empty. When I got home, the mask was sitting on my bed. Completely intact. The eyes were open. Still staring. And I finally understood. The mask isn't cursed. It's a face. Someone else's face. Someone who needed a body. And I gave them mine. The whispers are clear now. I can understand almost everything. They're teaching me. Showing me. Preparing me. Soon, I won't remember being me at all. I'll be someone else. Whoever wore that face before. And somewhere, in another antique shop, that mask is waiting for the next person. I'm making this recording because I'm forgetting. Not normal forgetting, like pieces of me are just vanishing. I'm 12. At least, I think I'm 12. I live in Austin, Texas, with my mom and little sister. This happened on Halloween night. October 31st. My sister's 7. I was dressed as a zombie, she was a princess. Mom's rule was simple: stay together, stay in the neighborhood, be home by 9. We left around 6:30 p.m., collecting candy house by house. Everything felt normal until we reached the end of the street. There's an old house on the corner, always dark, never decorated, nobody ever answers. But that night, the porch light was on. Someone was sitting there. Not the old man. A kid, maybe a little older than me, wearing a black hoodie and a plain white mask. Candy was scattered around his feet, way more than anyone could collect in one night. Trick or treat? I said. He tilted his head, reached into his pillowcase, and handed me a full-size Reese's. My favorite. He pointed at my bag. Oh. You want to trade? He nodded. My sister tugged my sleeve. Let's go. It's fine, I said. He's just another kid. I gave him a Tootsie Roll. He examined it, nodded, and handed me something else, a chocolate bar I didn't recognize, fancy wrapper, foreign letters. I told him it wasn't fair. He kept offering. We traded 5 more times. Each time, his candy was better than mine. My sister whispered, "Can we please go?" "One more," I said. The kid reached deep into his pillowcase and pulled out something that wasn't candy. A photograph. Old. Faded. It showed a birthday party. Kids around a table. A cake with candles. One of the kids looked exactly like me. "That's weird," I said. "This kid looks like me." The masked kid nodded. Something about it felt familiar. Like I'd been there. "Is this yours?" He shook his head, then pointed at me. "Mine. I've never seen this." He kept pointing. My sister pulled my arm. "Let's go." "Yeah, okay." I tried to hand the photo back. He pushed it toward me again, holding out his other hand, waiting. "You want something for this?" He nodded. I reached into my pocket and pulled out my house key. "This?" He took it, examined it, then stood up and walked into the house. The door closed behind him. We stood there in silence. "That was so weird," my sister whispered. We went home. That night I couldn't stop looking at the photo. That birthday party. That kid. The cake. The candles. And suddenly, I remembered it. I remembered the party, the presents, a red bike, a skateboard. But it never happened. The next morning, Mom made pancakes. You love pancakes, she said. I do. She laughed. Since when do you forget that? But I had no memory of ever liking pancakes. At school my best friend said, ready for the math test. What math test? The one we studied for yesterday, at my house. I didn't remember going there. I didn't remember studying. Over the next week, it got worse. I forgot my locker code. My teacher's name. My sister's birthday. But I remembered other things, things that never happened. Trips we never took. Pets we never had. A dad who'd left when I was too suddenly alive in my memories, laughing, teaching me to ride a bike. Doctors ran tests. Everything came back fine. But I knew it wasn't fine. It was the trade. That kid in the mask hadn't wanted my candy. He'd taken something else. My memories. And he'd given me his. I went back to that house every day after school for 2 weeks. The porch light was never on again. No one answered. The old man had died 3 years ago. The house was empty. But someone was there on Halloween night. Someone who wanted to trade. I'm forgetting more every day. Yesterday, I couldn't remember my mom's name. I had to check my phone. I look at photos of myself and don't recognize them. My sister says I don't act like her brother anymore. But I am her brother. I think. Last night, I stared in the mirror. My face looked wrong. Like someone else wearing my skin. I found the photo again, the birthday party. The kid who looked like me. I studied it for an hour before I realized. That is me. That was my real life. The life I'm living now belongs to someone else. I'm living someone else's memories. And somewhere, someone else is living mine. I'm making this recording because tomorrow I might not remember making it. I'm 12 years old. I live in Austin, Texas. I have a mom and a sister. I think. I hope. Please, if you see a kid on Halloween night, sitting on a porch, offering trades, don't take them. Whatever they're giving you, it's not worth what you'll lose. I just want to remember who I am. I just want to remember. What was I saying? Why am I recording this?